Hello everybody, and today what we're going to be doing is figuring out who will be dethroning every current WWE champion. Now, I went through the official WWE.com roster page and looked at every single main roster champion, what storylines they're in, and what's really going on, whatever brand they're on. We're not looking at NXT today. And figure out who I think will be dethroning each and every one. First, we'll be going through the tag team champions, then we'll go into mid-card, and then the world titles. Starting off, we have the women's tag team championships, currently held by the Unholy Union of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who I think will be beaten by Candice and Indy. You might be thinking, why is this? What's the storyline? I have no idea. It's the women's tag team division. There isn't one. That's really all I got for you. Now, I will say the last time I made one of these prediction videos, I did get this prediction of the women's tag team champions correct, as I somehow picked Alba and Isla correctly to dethrone Bianca and Jade. I have no idea how I got this correct. It was a random guess because there was no chance they were losing anytime soon. But somehow I got it correct, so I guess good job me. Let's see if I can keep the streak up with Candice and Indy. Move on to the men's tag team championships with the current Raw tag team champions, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Yes, they're the world tag team champions, but I prefer Raw because they're red. And I think they will get beaten by Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis of the Wyatt Six. There we go. My slide didn't load. They've glitched my slide. That's what it is. That's the problem here. But nonetheless, I do think that the Wyatt Six will be winning the tag team titles from them. Yes, they haven't really debuted yet, but I think that Finn and JD will be continuing to have these titles for a couple of months past SummerSlam, in which we'll see the Wyatt Six actually start wrestling more often, as I believe they'll start at SummerSlam, and they'll be winning those Raw tag team titles and holding them in a dominant fashion. I don't really know how they'll be ending up losing those belts, but we'll get to that in due time. But I do think Dexter and Joe will be the tag team guys of the group, whereas Eric Rowan and Uncle Howdy will be the singles guys that they do. Now they might switch that up and have like a three-person group like the New Day when it comes to the tag team division with Eric, Dexter, and Joe. But we'll just see. I'm saying Dexter and Joe here, but the Wyatt Six is the general circle around this bit. Then we move on to the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, which are currently being held by DIY. I think that they will get beaten by Pretty Deadly. The reason that I think this is because I looked through heel tag teams on SmackDown, and they were really the only viable ones. So Pretty Deadly are going to win the belts. Yes, I do believe they are now back in action, so they'll probably have them beating some more lower tier teams so that they can start becoming an actual contender for these belts rather than just being on the roster. So I do think they are talented enough to hold them, as they have held the NXT and NXT UK tag team titles before and have shown themselves to be a great tandem, which was unfortunately halted by, I believe, Kit Wilson getting injured. But for now, I do think that they will be winning the belts, but not for a while, so we can have DIY get a good title reign with these tag team titles. We move on to these mid-card belts with Andrade, the current Speed champion. This belt means absolutely nothing. So, I looked on the roster, and I found people who I consider to be fast. I'm just kidding. I just went through the roster, and the first fast person I saw is who I thought of, Angel. Why? I don't know. He's fast, and he's pretty good in the ring, and he can cut a pretty good promo. Woo! I guess I'm going with Angel. I don't really have a specific reason for it. Again, I just think he's fast, he's pretty good in the ring, he's pretty good on the mic. Angel. That's who I'm going to go with. I don't think there's really anybody else who's going to win this belt. I don't even pay attention to Speed anymore, so it doesn't really matter to me. But nonetheless, Angel. Why not? We move on to the United States Championship, currently held by Logan Paul. This one is very obviously going to be telegraphed. This is going to be LA Knight. Yeah, he's definitely going to win this belt at SummerSlam. If he doesn't, it's a massive booking mistake by Triple H, who loves his long-term storytelling. Oh, he's going to win it in 9 months or something. But no, please, Triple H, pull the trigger for once. You don't need the storyline to be another 7 months. Just pull the trigger. Have LA Knight win the belt. They've already been feuding for like 3 months. Please. Have LA Knight win the belt. I'm begging you. I'll do whatever you want. Just have him win the title. Please. I'm so tired of these storylines. End them. We don't need them. Move on to the Intercontinental title with Sami Zayn. I do think he'll be losing the belt relatively soon. Also maybe at SummerSlam. But I do think he'll be losing that to Braun Breaker. Now, I don't really know this one. This one's a bit of a toughie. I don't think really that it's going to be Braun. But at the moment, I do think that If anybody has a chance, it's probably going to be Braun by pinning Ilya, unfortunately, in a triple threat at SummerSlam. I do think that's one of the angles they could go with. They could also go with Ilya coming out with a surprise victory. But at the same time, I don't really think this belt is going to be changing hands very soon. I think it's going to be a few months before Sami loses the belt. I don't think he should be champion. I don't really like Sami Zayn as champion, but that's a hot take for another day. But I'm going to go with Braun Breaker here, just kind of a shot in the dark. Then we're going to move on to the World Championships with Liv Morgan, the thumbnail for this video. The person that I have chosen was on the thumbnail for this video. Can you guess who it is? You're right. It is Omos. Of course, I love Omos. I have my son. No, it's not. It's not Omos. Unfortunately, he cannot win this belt. It's a women's title. But it is going to be Rhea Ripley. I think she's going to get this belt back at SummerSlam. Probably going to have something to do with Dominic at the same time. Which side will Dominic choose? But I do think it will lead to something along the lines of Rhea beats Liv. Somehow Dom is involved in that. Don't really know how that's going to happen, but we could do another custody of Dominic ladder match, which also has the title on the line, which is going to give Rhea that title belt back. You can hot potato. Geez, I can't talk. It's late at night. Give me a break. But you can hot potato the title back and forth between them, and I think it would be fine. I don't think it's ideal, but I think it would work at the same time. Then we move on to Bayley in the WWE Women's Championship. This one was a bit of an odd one. It's the same as I had last time, which is Tiffany Stratton. I think now that she has the Money in the Bank briefcase, I think it's only a matter of time before she cashes it in. I do not think it'll be very soon. I think she's going to have this thing for a while. I think we're not going to really see her cash it in until maybe Survivor Series or thereabouts. I think give like a month before Survivor Series, that's where she can cash in. Maybe you can do a multi-woman match or just a pure title match at Survivor Series. I think that's a good time to get her with the belt. She can have a couple title defenses going into Mania. Maybe you have her lose the belt at something like Elimination Chamber 2025 and then win it back at Mania. I don't really know how you want to book that, but I do think she will be winning this title with that Money in the Bank briefcase. Then we move on to the WWE Men's Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, which is currently held by Damian Priest. Now, this one has been an interesting one because a lot of people have been looking at SummerSlam and saying, well, we have Damian Priest and we have Gunther. Gunther is obviously going to win this match. And I agree. I do think Gunther is going to win this match, but there's that little droplet of doubt in my mind because of Triple H and his damn long-term storytelling. That he is somehow going to have Damian win this match. Damian needs to be a strong champion and defeat Gunther, being only the fourth man in WWE to do so by pinfall or submission, technically. But that can't happen. Just give Gunther the belt so he can have the match at Bash in Berlin with Ilya. Please! We need to see it happen. Gunther needs to be our world champion. Look at him. He's incredible. Some people don't like him that much. I really do. I do think being king of the ring, he hasn't been on TV enough. But I do think that he is that world heavyweight champion material. Then we move on to the final belt in WWE, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It has 8 other names attached to it, but we're just going to consider it the WWE title for now. Currently held by the American Nightmare Cody. Wow. I think that he will be losing this belt to Randall Keith, Randy Orton. I do not think Solo Sikoa is winning this belt at SummerSlam. Triple H. You better not have Solo Sikoa win this belt. I know your ploys, buddy. You do not have this happen, or I will not be very happy with you, pal. But Randy Orton should win this title, probably at whatever pay-per-view is after SummerSlam. What would that be? Bash in Berlin? Ooh, maybe not Bash in Berlin. I think you save off Bash in Berlin. You have the Randy Orton turn at SummerSlam, but then that could be Solo winning the belt, which is not happening and better not happen. So do you wait the Randy turn? Do you make the Randy turn after the match? And then you set up the world title match at Bash in Berlin? Then that would probably have Randy lose. Since Ilya might win. Well, it's all a confusing conundrum. But nonetheless, I do think Randy Orton will somehow end up beating Cody for this belt at some point. Turning on him with that RKO of his. Have a bit of a legacy match, if I do say so myself. And I do think Randall RKO Keith will become your new WWE champion. So that's all of my picks. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down in those comments down below. I'll zoom through them one more time. We have Randy Orton, your new WWE champion. We have Gunther, your new World Heavyweight champion. Tiffany Stratton, your new WWE Women's champion. Then we have Rhea Ripley, your new Women's World Heavyweight champion. Then we have Braun Breaker, your new IC champ. We have LA Knight, your new United States champion. We have Angel, your new Speed champion. We have Pretty Deadly, your new World Tag Team champions on SmackDown. We have Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy and potentially Eric Rowan being your World Tag Team champions on Raw. And we have Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae becoming your new WWE Women's Tag Team championships. Becoming the championships, huh? I can really speak quite well today. I'm tripping, bro. It's late at night. But nonetheless, that's what I think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? As I said, let me know down in those comments down below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure you have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good dawn, good dusk, good whatever. Make sure to watch any former or future episodes on this channel. And by the way, I'm on vacation right now, so I won't be posting too much again. But as I said, goodbye.